Hey everyone, welcome to the second part of this LBO model series presented by Valuation Interview Prep. In this, we will be seeing about the certain LBO assumptions made in the model and how sources and uses table is formed. So without wasting any time, let's see how it's done. First, we have the purchase assumptions. Here we can go step by step on each and every entry. Like first is the 2025 EBITDA, which is taken from the DCF model. Then we have entry multiple. This is again taken from the DCF model, which can be viewed in the DCF video series, that how we come up to these points. Then implied enterprise value is multiplication of my EBITDA and my entry multiple. Then debt, again we are taken the current debt of Infosys, and this is again linked to the DCF model sheet. Cash can also have been linked to DCF model, but we have taken directly inputted it manually here. It is again taken from its latest available balance sheet, from its latest available financial report. And post adjusting for debt and cash, we arrived at our implied equity value. Next we have is the tax rate. Tax rate is again linked to the DCF model. For India, the country rate being taken as the corporate rate being taken as 25%. Then there is transaction fees. When these kind of transaction happen, there are a lot of advisors or legal advisors, be it financial advisors, who also have certain fees linked to the transaction. So for here, it is generally around between somewhere around 1%, be it plus and minus 0.5%. So we have here for simplicity taken it as 0.5%. Then we have minimum cash requirement, that is presented under the agreement of lenders or maybe any other credit provider, who states that okay, this company is, you are taking debt from us, but you have to maintain a cash balance of 100 million on a yearly basis. Then we have circularity toggle. This we will not go in very detail, but to give you a brief about this is, so basically what happens is model is that our debt and interest are linked in the income statement and in the debt schedule, which is creating a circularity. This happens because what happens is we are calculating interest as average of opening balance less average of opening balance and ending balance. Now in the ending balance, we are also subtracting the principal that is being amortized. Okay, but that is again dependent upon the interest that we are paying. If interest is reducing, just a moment. Yes, so it's a complete circle. If we are paying a certain amount of debt, then we have lower interest obligations. Now with lower interest obligations, we would be having more cash flow in our hand. So using that, we can repay much more debt. So this creates a complete circularity, and two variables are getting dependent on each other. So to track these easily, we usually multiply these kind of variables with this toggle 1, so that when we apply, when we do this flag as 0, then without any heavy calculations required in the Excel sheet, we can correct all the other things easily without getting this model affected by the circularity. This can be again viewed or studied independently in detail. You can just click on ChatGPT or Google it, that why we are multiplying 1 in the circularity toggle. It doesn't rectify the circularity, but it helps to track it in a better way. Now here in sources and uses, we first focus on the on the uses thing. So what all things are required to be paid off in this deal? So number 1 is equity purchase price. This is linked to the same sheet. This is linked from here. Then we have minimum cash requirement. Okay, then transaction fee is taken as 0.5% of the total transaction, the EV value. Then refinancing the existing debt, it is sometimes taken as part of the LBO deal, or the sponsor might not be interested in refinancing the debt, then we can exclude this. That's why we have set up a flag over here. Next, we have the financing fee. So whoever is the lender in this deal, he will also be taking some issuance fees or some financing fees. So that is again generally between 1 to or very low digit, single digit percentage. So here we have taken it as, I guess, 1 or 1.5% it was. Yeah, it is 1.5%. So summing this all the requirements, we come up to the total uses requirement in this deal, that is somewhere around 7,000 million. And accordingly we adjust our sources, that for all these uses how we are going to fund these uses. So that's where the sources table comes in handy. So first is the debt. So debt portion, when we see in the debt schedule, we will understand that this is coming off by a leverage multiple, and remaining of the total sources and the debt would be the sponsor equity, the equity that will be required by be it the management or any private equity firm in the deal. So that's all about in this first part. In the next parts, we will be seeing all other different parts of this model, and will discuss that each one by one in detail. So that is all about the first part of this model. If you found this helpful, then do considering liking it, sharing and subscribing for more practical finance insights. So see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.